Now let's talk about an angle bisector. We already know what an angle bisector is. It cuts an angle and splits it in half. But let's talk about what it looks like in a triangle. So if AD is bisecting BAC, then watch this. AB is perpendicular to BD and AC is perpendicular to CD. So if a point is on an angle bisector of an angle, then the point is equidistant. So any point on here, if you make a point, and here they did D, but if you drew that point in a perpendicular line, it makes these guys equal to each other. That's what that means. So now, if AD is bisecting BAC, and these guys are perpendicular to each other, then the statement I can make is that BD is going to be congruent to DC. And then I can switch that converse up. I can say, okay, look at these guys and they're equal to each other. So if a point is on the interior of an angle, inside this angle, and it's equidistant from the sides of the angle, then the point is located on the angle bisector, meaning those guys are going to be congruent. So then I can say that angle BAD is going to be congruent to angle CAD. And that's what that means. I can also say the measure of angle BAD is equal to the measure of angle CAD. Remember, congruency versus equality. Measurement means equal, angles are congruent. So let's see what that looks like algebraically when we solve. Let me scroll down. Again, you need to make sure what is the question asking. So on number 1, it says find the value of x. So I know that this is an angle bisector and these are perpendicular to each other. So that can allow me to say that these lengths are congruent. So 4x plus 30 is equal to 9x minus 5. And you guys know how to solve equations. So I get 5x is equal to 35. X then equals 7. Make sure you're answering the question and it's asking for x, so x is 7. Now it wants me to find the length of AD. Well, let's look. Number 1, is it an angle bisector? Is it a true angle bisector? Well, these angles are congruent to each other and it's perpendicular. Therefore, I can now make the statement 13x minus 4 equals 8x plus 11. And now solve any way you want. So you get 5x is equal to 15, x is equal to 3. But that's not what the question's asking. The question's asking for AD. So if AD is 13x minus 4 and x is 3, 13 times 3 minus 4 is 39 minus 4, making AD equal to 35. Okay, so AD is equal to 35. Okay, let's take a look at number 5. So first of all, we have to ask ourselves, is this an angle bisector? Well, I know that these are perpendicular and these lengths are congruent, so I know then that this angle is congruent to each other. So I can say that 2x plus 20 is equal to 5x minus 37. So we solve this and I get 3x equals 57, x then equals 19. But it wants me to find the angle measurement of FGH. So I'm looking for that whole measurement. So 19 times 2 is 38. 38 plus 20 is 58. But that's just this angle. I want the whole angle. So it's 58 plus 58 is going to be 116. So it's 116 degrees. Okay? So the measurement of angle FGH is equal to 116 degrees. So those are your angle bisectors, and that's what it looks like.